Wow, what's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Wow, money seems to be flowing everywhere except for the Dallas Cowboys. Here's a crazy one. Going into today, if we go by over the cap, currently there's two teams that are actually below the cap. The Rams by $176,000 and the Buccaneers $246,000. Now, I don't know what's supposed to happen to teams that are over the cap, but here's an amazing thing right now. Breaking news right now is that Mathew Stafford has just signed a 4-year extension. This will probably actually give them some cap relief. They're probably kicking a lot of the money down the road, and that's why one of the reasons why they did it. It'll probably get them back above the cap. But check this out. He signs a 4-year, $135 million extension. 4-year, $140 million, $135 million of it is fully guaranteed. Let me say it again. Mathew Stafford signs a 4-year extension, $135 million of it fully guaranteed. $40 million a year, basically. And that's kind of amazing when you think of yesterday, the Browns traded for Deshaun Watson, who, mind you, got a $235 million 5-year fully guaranteed. So in essence, you could actually look and say Mathew Stafford's number, that's actually kind of cheap. And, last year when Dak got his contract and they were talking about, oh, you can't pay a quarterback that kind of money. Well, rapidly, 50 million is now the new 40 million. It's just literally exploding as far as cap numbers go. So you have now the ceiling at the moment being Aaron Rodgers at 50 million and Kirk Cousins getting a 1-year extension at 35. The range right now for quarterbacks starting 35 to 50, unless maybe you're Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, of course, who is the odd man out, who literally before they made the trade, basically had a tearful goodbye message for the people of Cleveland. And what we're hearing about, if you do want a damaged quarterback in Baker Mayfield, that they're looking for a second round draft pick for him. He's literally being fire sailed right now. They're trying to see if we can find somebody to take him off their hands. But I'm going to actually give Baker Mayfield a little bit of credit because the Cleveland Browns before Baker Mayfield were nothing. Now, I get it. Cleveland actually is a really good team right there. Definitely, he didn't gel well with Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham definitely looked better with Mathew Stafford. But I want you also to keep in mind how many injuries that Baker Mayfield had this past year. His non-throwing shoulder was in a sling during the week, leg injuries and everything else. He was beat down. I'm not sure if Baker Mayfield is as bad as everybody thinks he was last year, as his play on the field was. Injuries will make a difference. And if he goes to a team that maybe has a better offensive coordinator, has an offensive line, maybe he ends up taking it and turning around. And this is kind of sad because you're talking about a former number one pick. It's something about Cleveland, much like the Washington football team, that they just destroy quarterbacks. They just don't end up well in Cleveland or Washington. We'll see if Deshaun Watson can break that curse. But I kind of said jokingly that if you are a premier quarterback, you don't want to go to Washington or Cleveland. Your careers go there to die. Now, at least if it ends up dying there for Deshaun Watson, at least he's got $235 million to end his career on. But it's just something about certain franchises that are known for things. And you don't want to be known as the quarterback killers. Shout out to Mathew Stafford. And the question, of course, I have is, if they were in the red and you can't be over the cap, how did they find $135 million to pay him? And yet, the Dallas Cowboys, well, we can't pay a punter. things that make you kind of wonder what's really going on with the Dallas Cowboys. Is it a matter of we can't or we won't? Stephen Jones has to be one of the most hard-headed individuals out there. And speaking of quarterback compensation, you can probably believe that Russell Wilson will be getting a new deal coming up real soon too. That will definitely pay him a whole lot more money, guaranteed. So as we look at this right now, that number that some of you fans out there complained about Dak Prescott getting, and we're losing because we're paying Dak Prescott too much. Well, take a look around the league. A lot of guys making a lot more money than Dak Prescott. And somehow, they're finding a way to win. Oh, it's called being creative with the cap and actually going out and getting extra talent. I forgot. We're the Dallas Cowboys. We only build through the draft. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'm hoping you're having a great Saturday. And I'll see you soon. Peace.